Hi everyone, it's Marcy Denning here from Stampin' with Marcy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in southwestern Ontario, Canada, and I want to thank you for pressing play on today's video. Today I'm going to be sharing how to create this pretty slimline card that features the Eclectic Garden stamp set. This was one of the projects my lovely ladies created during my Saturday soiree that I held in February. So let's get stamping. As it's a photopolymer stamp set, we need a pierce mat, some kind of foam underneath. All of the measurements will be on my blog post. The link is in the description box below. So we are just going to ink up our stamp here, making sure that we get a good solid ink coverage. And then take my die cut circle from my layering circles. I'm going to angle this and stamp that right up towards the top. This is a very simple card, but very pretty. Okay, so we are going to now set this one aside. And as you can see, I have stamped the bird on the inside. So I'm going to take my insert piece and once again, ink up that stamp. And scooch that over. And we're just going to have our cute little bird at the bottom corner. Okay, and I forgot to add my little splatter onto a stamp block. All right, so that was Tuxedo Black ink, the Memento, because we are coloring in with Stampin' Blends. I'm also using Basic Gray, and because I want it to be very light, my splatter around, I am stamping off, and I'm rotating my stamp here, just getting a little interest for that inside piece. Okay, so my designer series paper is actually from the Hearts. Oh goodness, it is Sweet Talk. Sorry about that. It's the Sweet Talk designer series paper. As you can see, it does not need to be Valentine's at all. It's got beautiful patterns on the opposite side. So I'm going to just take this and lay it here so that I can visualize whereabouts I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And I stamped it in the Basic Gray again because I wanted it to be a bit softer of a sentiment. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So all of the measurements as well as the products that I use will be found over on my blog post. Again, the link is in the description box below. As always, if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. Okay, there we go for that. We're going to take and burnish our cardstock base. And this will fit perfectly into those Slimline envelopes that are available in the mini catalog. And the coloring is only going to take a moment. We're not doing anything wild and crazy with that. center that. There is also a Slimline bundle in the catalog that I don't have, that you can use the stamp set and the dies to create your own other larger dies to cover that entire card front. All right, so we've got Pool Party and Old Olive, and then my branch is Crumb Cake. So let's take the light Crumb Cake first. Oh, and I forgot the So Saffron for that beak. We're going to do both branches at the same time. And I just went outside the line there. We'll clean that up afterwards. So I'm just going to come in and add a bit of the dark Crumb Cake just to add a bit more depth to that branch so that it's not looking all solid light colored. Okay, so then we're going to come in with our light Old Olive. Quickly color in those leaves. This is such a great stamp set, I think, and overlooked in the catalog with its mixture of images, flowers, the radishes, the berries, and then of course this adorable little bird. I don't know what kind of bird it is. I'm making it a little bluebird, like the bluebird of happiness. You could create this bird in any color that you wanted, and it would be equally as pretty. You could go and add so much more shading as well than what I am going to do today with you. All right, so now I'm just going to take my dark and just add a little bit of depth to the leaves. And on my card for my Saturday soiree, I added the white gel pen. Each one of my participants got a gift of a white gel pen in their card kit. So it's just a fun and different way to add that little bit more detail to your projects by adding that little white, kind of like a highlight. Okay, and I'm just gonna go just ever so slightly over some of those edges. Soften that just a titch. And that will smooth out a bit more as it dries. Let's grab that ink lifter or color lifter to just clean up there. And where was that? Over here. I got a little wild and crazy with my coloring there. So I went outside the lines, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to do the same thing with the bird. We're just going to color the whole bird in with that light Pool Party. And the other one. You always want to do something with the inside of your card. It just adds that little bit more prettiness to it. You want the inside to be as lovely as the outside. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with my dark, and I'm just going to add, and I'm just kind of dotting it here where that kind of collar is around the bird. And do the same for the inside. Okay, and now we're gonna blend that out. And then the one for the front. And we're almost done. Like I said, this is a quick and easy card, but oh so pretty. Okay, so now let's grab our saffron for the beak and those tiny little toes. There we have it. So there's our bird all nicely colored. And then we can come in afterwards and add just a titch. All right, so we are going to add our birds to the doily, Heart and Home doilies. Again, you'll find everything on the blog post. Let's add liquid glue, my adhesive of choice. And I'm adding the gel pen afterwards so that it's got a moment to dry. Okay, so we need some adhesive on here. And I've got some cotton ribbon, the petal pink from the cotton ribbon combo pack. Let's bring in our silicone craft sheet. Get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. And my ribbon scissors. So we are just going to do 2 strips, just for a little bit more visual interest. You don't always have to have a knot or a bow or anything like that. You can just have your ribbon sitting. So I'm just laying it down on my silicone craft sheet, and then I'm taking my bird and I am laying it right over top. And because I've put that Stampin' seal on the back, it's easy to pick it up. And now I'm just going to fix my tails here. There we go. Now we need some dimensionals. which on my messy desk are somewhere. There they are. And I'm going around where that is. Now that's going to be popped up just slightly higher. I'm putting a lot on here. Slightly higher than the rest because of the width of that, the thickness of the ribbon, but it's not super thick ribbon, so I'm okay with it not being exactly flush. It's fine to me. Don't sweat the small stuff, right? As that old saying goes. All right, so we are now going to take and pop our pretty little bird on here. There we go. Now we're going to add some of the gorgeous iridescent rhinestones. These are not available right now, but will be back very soon in the online store. You can place orders either online in my online store, or you can contact me directly if you would prefer to have me place your orders for you. It's whatever you are most comfortable with. Okay, I'm going to add 5. So let's grab the take your pick. I always, if you're new to me, I always like to add a dot or a daub of the liquid glue where I'm going to be placing my embellishments, because I find it holds them better, because they don't always, you notice how they pop out off of the packaging and that when you get it. So I find that just by simply attaching some glue first, getting it on there with the glue, you can easily avoid that. All right, so we're just going to come in here and let's make sure that we're running. So I'm just going to add a couple little dots, couple lines. Just, you can go crazy bananas, or you can just do a little, a lot. It's whatever works for you. And then let's just add a couple little dots like there, so you can see it's very, very subtle. And let's do a little bit more inside. Or you can totally not add this if you so choose. Let's add, whoop, right, just a little there. Okay, and there we have the Sending Bright Wishes for a Happy Day. Please, if you're shopping in my online store, if your order is under $200, please use the host code. If it's over $200, don't use the code, as you will get your own rewards from Stampin' Up. So there is today's card. I hope you like it. Thanks so much. If you haven't yet, please click that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos from me. See you in the next video.